Hi guys, I'm Shmi. Hello to you. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to Peru, where you join me at the start of the 2018 40th anniversary Dakar Rally. I'm out here for 2 days with Mini. We're heading down from Lima to Pisco. This should be pretty awesome. Just check out what we've got in store. Let's rewind then. What exactly is this crazy event that we're witnessing, the Dakar Rally, now in its 40th year? It's a professional endurance off-roading event, up there with the likes of Formula 1, the World Endurance Championship, Le Mans. It is a huge-scale event. 4 to 5 million people come to watch it every year. So this is the 40th year. It's the 10th consecutive one in South America, but the first time here in Peru in 5 years. Starting off here in Lima, it's held over 2 weeks, and Mini go up against the likes of Toyota, Peugeot. You have various different classes, the cars, the trucks, the bikes and the quads. It is a serious event. They take in some very grueling terrain, and we're going to check out what it's like behind the scenes, jumping into a MINI Countryman to follow the Dakar to see what this thing is all about. Here we have the new X-Raid Mini John Cooper Works buggies, the 2-wheel drive editions. There are 3 of these, as well as the 4 4x4s. This thing is just mean. Resembles a Mini Red Bull car right here. Imagine driving in a buggy like that across the dunes. We're going to take a proper look at the cars later on, be able to look around them in the Bivouac where we're sleeping in tents later tonight, which is going to be quite exciting. But each car sends off, they come one by one up towards the start line, just around there, and then off they go for a couple of 100 kilometers every day. They have an awful lot of driving on each stage as part of this rally. Crazy times! Now, given that we've been watching the start, that means we've let ourselves get a little bit behind and we need to catch up with the rally to be able to see it in more detail and chase it on the Pisco Loop tomorrow. To do so, though, we're going to be driving in the new MINI Countrymans. Now, those of you who've been following for a long time will remember that I used to own a previous generation Countryman Cooper S all 4, so it'll be interesting for me to drive one of the newer cars. There are a lineup of them here. The light blue one here actually looks really, really nice. I'm going to be driving in this car right here, the white one. Has the 2-litre turbo 4-cylinder engine, 192 horsepower. We'll experience what that is like with the black stripes on the front of the bonnet as well. And then the green. That looks really smart too. So we've got a group of cars driving together, but we shall depart and get on the road. Step number 1, practicality. We've got a power folding tailgate. More than enough room back here for the small bits of luggage we're taking to the desert tonight. Close that up. Step 2, let's jump in and get the car started up. So we've got a slightly more modernised interior than my earlier generation. Starter right here in the centre, keyless system. Oh, that was a nice little noise as it came to life, and I always love this ring in the Minis. As you get up towards the red line, it actually gets brighter, which looks really cool. We'll see that later on. So, I've heard the traffic here can be interesting getting out of Lima, so let's hope, fingers crossed, that it goes without a hitch. More or less as expected, it is busy and it is carnage. Everybody just pushes everywhere. Look at the bike there, just trying to work out wherever he can get round. Now we're following the only Cooper in the group. All of the other cars are Cooper S's. They're behind me in both lanes backwards. But it is literally the craziest place I think I've ever driven. These buses just randomly stop and then guys go in the right lane who want to turn left, and everybody squeezes through every single little gap they can possibly find to get through, even though there is no second lane right there, but it seems to make sense. Oh well. I tell you what I do like. They have these traffic lights that count down how long they're going to be green for. That's a really nice touch. 30 seconds of red. We do not want to mess with him. I think he would have no hesitation in taking right of way. No way, an R8 Plus here. We saw another R8 as well, 2 R8s. And onto the motorway we go. So fingers crossed this is going to be a bit easier. What's the bet that this sunny, yep, there we go. Even though there's next to no space, they still all just squeeze through. Look at this over to the right. The buses just go straight over the hatchings and making extra lanes. Oh my gosh. This is ridiculous. Oh my goodness. And everyone just beats. Look at these lanes in front of us. Oh, okay. And yep, let's just stop on the motorway. Why not? Pick someone up. If I make it out of this alive, I've achieved something. That's actually like a real goal right now, the challenge to somehow survive and get to Pisco today. The bus on your right.
Watch out, vehicle stopped on shoulder ahead.
Yes, there are vehicles stopped on the shoulder everywhere. Oh my gosh. I have to say, the green does look good. I think I would have it with silver wheels, not with black wheels. But they had made a little bit better progress than us. Anyway, the blue one up there just gone. The way people just fly between lanes. And you can see the old Beetle, I think, just up ahead as well, maybe. There are loads of those around. That's probably a bit overloaded, given that it's not going anywhere. But we're off, we're away. Okay, decent pace. Sounds cool. What on earth even is that thing? What the heck? That's so dangerous. You will literally never guess what, but a lava orange GT3 RS just went the other way. Couldn't catch it on camera because obviously it came out of nowhere, but we're heading out into the middle of nothingness now. For that, I mean, we also had an Austin Yellow M3 just before. There are actually nice cars around here. Can you see that wing? That is a wing and a half. The racing has clearly been happening in the dunes around here. We'll be seeing some more of that tomorrow. But up there is the Bivouac, where we are going. It is the compound with all of the teams, all of the cars, and all of the tents. So we will have a proper look around as we get there. We've arrived and parked up inside the car park where it is very dusty, but just look at that sunset behind me. What a phenomenal view. So it's time now to walk into the camp and have a look around. These are some of the trucks. These things fly off the dunes. The first ones I've actually seen so far. They are monsters. I found some of the team, the first 4x4 Countryman. That thing is just a beast. It's a Countryman in appearance, but it's rather different underneath. And here we go, we have the base. So the various different cars each get their own tent. They all get worked on through the night. The two-wheel drives are up the other end. We're gonna have a proper look at these shortly. The final bit of light is going down for today, but let's take a quick little look around the paddock, around this area reserved for the cars. So I'm up at the very top end here, but each vehicle has its own station, behind which is a dedicated truck with about 200,000 euros worth of spare parts. It takes 2 to 4 hours, but they completely rebuilt them overnight. And you can see on the new buggies, the complete rear clam comes off, the front clam comes off, and then you have the car open and ready to be worked on. But they are all completely rebuilt, whether it's a short day of 30 kilometers or whether it's a full stint. Each one, like I said, has its own location, so we can walk past all the cars. And then down the other end, you have all the 4x4 vehicles. Now there are tons of spare tires. The 4x4s have 64 spare tires. They get a new set every single day, plus some more for punctures and things that are pretty much guaranteed as you go about this, especially with deflated tires for the various sand sections. Slightly fewer spare tires, I think about 44 for the two-wheel drive buggies, obviously only the rear wheels being driven, but there was a lot for me to learn very quickly right here. Day one is done for me, but still plenty of work for the team here, working on the cars, preparing them for tomorrow morning's activities, which starts at about 4 or 5 in the morning. That's not going to be so much fun, although we do now have something by way of sleeping arrangements. There are some tents just around here. Mine is halfway up there, although a big thanks to MINI, because I will be honest, it's fairly glamorous camping. We've got air beds inside. Anyway, I'm going to do my best to get some sleep. I don't think I'm going to find a shower here in the desert in the morning, unfortunately for me, but I'm very much looking forward to seeing what happens with these cars out in the dunes here in Pisco. morning to you then. It's 6:30. I managed to get a brisk cold shower before we came out, but we're now out in the desert where the cars are about to start. They're up first, so we've got all of the minis to be able to see as they come flying through here, through this checkpoint, literally surrounded by sand before they fly that way across the valley and up the hill. So I don't really know what we're going to be in store for here. I get the impression they might come through here quite quickly, but we shall find out. This has been pretty crazy, but even 8 o'clock in the morning, seriously dehydrating out here in the desert. But we're going to jump now back into the Countryman's and head on towards the next stop of the adventure. But it's very sandy. Our car is looking rather dirty, actually, unsurprisingly. We'll jump back in the car. Cars scattered everywhere as we make our way along the sandy path out of here, but we've not had any traction issues or any problems, anything dramatic. The car is in the dynamic traction setting, which obviously helps make it all work properly, but we will head onwards. We started down that way. We've made it fine so far, just about, but we're all lined up now behind an obstruction in the road. There is a police bus that's been bringing the police to attend the event that is stuck trying to reverse out. So the whole road is completely blocked at the moment. We don't think we can get around the sides, although some of the 4x4s are, of course, but even those are sometimes getting stuck. This guy's going for it right now. I think he's fine. And as you can see, the other side, it is kind of mayhem. So fingers crossed this works out. It's fun. This is like a mini Dakar of our own. Literally just the cars falling around in the sand here. I think I've seen enough sand for 2018 already, though. We've escaped. It took about an hour and a half to get out of that pickle, but we're now back on the roads again towards the camp where we're going to go because of the timing. It's very, very dusty here, and lots of traffic for a road that really is not really made for it. A truck, even though it's on the road, not on the circuit. Ooh, another truck. Back at the camp here. Unfortunately, all of that traffic has meant that we couldn't catch the buggies and the 4x4s arriving, but they're back here now in the paddock. Some are here, some yet to arrive before work starts again to prepare them for tomorrow's legs. But today was basically starting super early, running through until lunchtime. But what a crazy experience to just see a small, tiny little element and fraction of. I'd love to see more about this. It's a 2-week event. They have 2 full weeks, starting from here in Peru. They go down through Bolivia, where it's expected to be downpours and torrential rain, then down to Argentina, where it'll be dry and hot, a bit like it is here, again, although on very different terrain to the sand and dunes that they're driving around here. But even just the small amounts I've seen, the Dakar Rally is absolutely nuts, and I'd love to see more of it again in the future. Anyway, it's a big thanks from me to MINI for the invitation to join them and the X-Raid team here in Peru. What a trip. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, seeing a taster of this vast, ginormous scale event that has so much importance and, well, has been going for 40 years. Anyway, crazy times. I'm gonna wrap it up there. Thank you very much, as always, guys, for watching. I really appreciate your support, and I will catch up with you again very, very soon. Cheers.